So Samsung, I've been waiting for this software update for weeks. I delayed the review of the Galaxy S20 Ultra as well, and now that it's available, it seems it's not. Yes, Samsung has just released a new update that might fix the camera issues of the S20 Ultra, but there's a catch. The iPhone 9 has reportedly started mass production, but the iPhone 12 might be slightly delayed. And HMD has just launched a bunch of new phones, including their first 5G device. I'm Jaime Rivera, and this is day 4 of being locked in, and I'm not going crazy. I'm actually kind of enjoying a little relaxation from the typical craziness. I know it's just me right now. It'll probably change, but let us know in the comments if you're seeing the grass greener on your side as well. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals, and actually those of you that are looking for the new iPad Pros, those are launching next week. I'm actually talking about the old iPad Pros, they're actually still worth it. B&H and Amazon got you covered with the 2018 iPad Pros up to $150 off at B&H, leaving the 11-inch 64GB Wi-Fi variant for only $649. Amazon also has the regular 10.2-inch iPad for $50 off, leaving it at $279 shipped. And we also have deals for the Apple Pencil, the iPad Mini, headphones, and more. It's odd, but actually the only product that I'm excited for right now is the iPad Mini. I wish they made an iPad Mini Pro. And yes, we've covered extensively how much we miss the fact that Essential never launched a couple of products and at the same time it's now rest in peace. Think about it as an ex-designer from the company just shared images of the Essential Gem, of the PH2 and the PH3, which were devices that we were waiting for. The PH2 looks very similar to what we saw with the PH1, but the PH3 had a centered stove triple camera setup that resembles the Mate 20 Pro. And finally, the Gem is actually that phone that we saw on photos at some point. The thing about it is, for those of you that don't know or that didn't notice, PH1, if you write that in text, that pretty much translates to phone or means phone, which is interesting. So sad that Essential's gone. Oh well. Now, one of the major questions that we get by everyone that asks anybody that uses a Mac, why are you so locked into the Apple ecosystem? They'll respond a couple of things. They'll start with iMessage, but then they'll also mention one other feature, and it's AirDrop. We've been waiting for something that resembles AirDrop on Android phones forever. Huawei did it to a certain degree. Samsung also between Samsung phones, but wouldn't it be better if it would work on all Android phones? And last year we heard of the first possibilities of an Android Beam replacement that would be also an AirDrop competitor. We heard this year that it could be renamed to Fast Share, but it still was not announced. And now on Android 11's second developer preview, there is a new reference to Fast Share. It appears under Known Issues Android platform, and it says that the UI is failing to confirm a successful transfer between Pixel 4 devices. At this point, we can't guarantee if it will launch with Android 11 or if it will be a feature that will be rolled out later. Whatever the case may be, come on, Google. You can figure this out. Just get it right. Now, obviously, one of the major misses from MWC were all the events that we didn't get. One of them being HMD, Nokia. I was really looking forward to seeing what we would get if we would get a Nokia 9 successor. That did really happen, but it doesn't mean that we didn't get something good, as it finally got announced today. It started off with the new 5310, which is a feature phone that was pretty much leaked yesterday. Then we have the 1.3 and the 5.3, which are mid-rangers, which I'm not going to bore you with. They're good, but obviously we'd have to test them. The 8.3 5G is really the flagship announcement, I guess you could call it. It's up to the point where it's going to be shown on the new James Bond movie, it seems. The 8.3 5G brings a 6.81-inch display, and also at the back we have a new PureView imaging system. It brings quad cameras with a 64-megapixel main sensor, an ultra-wide angle camera, a depth camera for bokeh effects, and a macro lens. All of them bring size tuning. It is powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of storage, and will be available for €599 this summer, and obviously it brings 5G, though we're assuming this is only sub-6, because usually this is not going to be launched in the States. We'll see. It doesn't look bad at all. If you remember, a couple of days ago, we covered the fact that Foxconn was going back to work, and obviously that meant that some of Apple's production was going to be back on track, or at least try to get there. A new report claims that the iPhone 9 already started mass production, and the Plus variant will also be in the launch at the same time, which we don't know when it'll happen. But the source also confirmed that the iPhone 12 is actually going to be delayed. We might not actually see those updates until November, because that's what's being impacted, I'm sure, over whatever changes they have to do for the phone, and obviously the lack of stages in manufacturing, whatever. I'm not an expert. We'll see what we get, or when we get it. But finally, the hottest news today are the fact that, well, if you've seen every single reviewer of the Galaxy S20 Ultra, you've seen all comparisons. Samsung touted that their new Ultra would change photography, and in my particular review I said, the camera's good. It's actually not changing photography though. The hardware is there, but it does need some tuning for autofocus. It does need some tuning in the way it just works all around. And well, the software update is available, but there's a catch. Sadly, as always, for those of you complaining of not having a Snapdragon processor outside the US, well, the update is so far only rolling out to international and Exynos variants. Some of the issues, as I mentioned, are mainly autofocus, and obviously the fact that the company, I think, could do a better job for all the hardware that's included. But let us know in the comments down below. You watched all our reviews, all our comparisons. Did our perspective make you hold back from ordering an Ultra, or did you actually get it and are waiting for the update? In my case, what can I tell you? I mean, it's not that I'm disappointed. The camera is good. It's just, it could be so much better if they actually took advantage of everything that's in there. And that's just me. Leave us a comment down below, and we'll obviously keep you posted whenever the Snapdragon updates are reaching our phones. So I went crazy trying to get mine. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on PocketNow.com and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Also, follow us on social medias. Our extended coverage happens on Instagram, and follow me on my personal handles to see me stay at home. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.